Good morning, guys. Today, this video we have to see about taxonomy of cephalopods, which is presented by your M. Tamilarasan from DFBRM department. First of all, we have to know what is cephalopods. In cephalopods, it is a soft-bodied organism which includes, which comes under the phylum of mollusca, the class Cephalopoda, which includes squid, cuttlefish, and octopus. First, we have to know, I just give introduction about what is cephalopods. In world, cephalopod catches about 3.3 million. In India, which contribute about 3.4 percentage to the world. In cephalopods are, as we know, which is soft-bodied organism. In morphologically, it is a bilaterally symmetrical. As we look, head and body consists of muscular mantle cavity, and house the internal organ. Head and bear circumoral appendages such as arms and tentacles, such as active predation. In India, in Indian waters, the myosin squid and neritic squid are classified as a basis of the myosin squid and ego squid, in which, in case of myosin squid, the name indicates the neritic squid. In case of if it is ego squid, it also indicates the deep sea squids, and also further classified as the bobtails and the bobtail squids, etc., in which the thousands of living cephalopods in Indian water are present. In such case, about 30 species are distributed in Indian water, which indicating lower species diversity. These are the report which is released by the CMFRA in the year of 2020 and 2021. These are the major five species or groups which their contribution in lakh tonners toward the marine fish landing in India. The first species, Lizardine, which contribution in 2020 is about 2.26 percentage. Second one is cat, and third one is Indian mackerel, and fourth one is the finite shrimp, and fifth one is we expect the cephalopod species, which contribution about 1.56 lakh tons during the corona period. In especially for coming under the mollusca cephalopod species, the total landing of mollusk was about 3 lakh 46 tons. In especially in Tamil Nadu, the cephalopods consist of 77 percentage. The bivalves and gastropods constitute the rest of the portion. Among the cephalopods, cuttlefish and squids were dominant, which forming about 35.42 and 35.1.9 percentage of the landed mollusk. In such case, cuttlefish which contribute in regarding molluscal groups, cuttlefish which contribution about 35 percentage, squid contribute about 32 percentage, in rest of the species known as bivalves and octopus and gastropods. These are the list of cephalopod species which were landed in the year of 2021. First one is, as we know, Eurotix Photololiga diversely. Second one is Eurotix Photololiga singalensis. Cephalopods lesiana, Cephia enormis, Cephia aculeata, Cephia brevimana, Cephia paraunis, Cephia babahari, and Octopus dolphisi, Amphioctopus membranacus, Octopus cyana, Amphioctopus marginatus, and Amphioctopus neglectus. These are the different cephalopod species which were landed in different coastal area in Tamil Nadu, especially in the case of Chennai, Thoothukudi, etc. In such case, we should see about in Tamil Nadu, the estimate landing about 7.22 lakh tons, which is whole production in the year of 2022, which is the state total production was 7.22 lakh tons during the year and increasing 1.6 lakh tons against the previous in 2021, in which we mainly concentrated about cephalopod, which landing about 43 tons in compared to previous year, its contribution is little higher and placed in second position in the ranking. First, we generally know the evolution of cephalopods. Cephalopods are appeared 500 billion years ago in the Upper Cambrian period. Except the Nautilus, all other species are extinct in 400 million years ago during Silurian period. The ancient cephalopods are arise in the latter Paleozoic era between 400 to 503 and the range of era. The most of the species became extinct by the end of Mesozoic era. The reason cephalopods belong to the subclasses of Celidae developed between 200 to 150 million years ago, the Upper Triassic and Jurassic period. The classification of cephalopods, which include, by such cases, the class which include and named as the Cephalopoda, which means the arms on head region. It includes two subclasses. First one is the Nautilida and second one is Celida. As we know, first Nautilida, which means the external cells are coiled and chamfered with more than 10 circumoral appendages with those suckers and two pair of gills and funneled by load. In subclass, second subclass known as Celida, which is mainly contributed to the production in cephalopod species, which is the shells are internal, calcareous and chitinous or cartilaginous substance, which have 8 or 10 circumoral appendages with suckers and only one pair of gills and funnel-like tubes are present. These are the cephalopod species as we earlier I mentioned the class Cephalopoda, which is include squid, octopus, cuttlefish and etc. In first, we have to know in cephalopod classes, general prescription like the shell is which is present and reduced or lost in some other species. All other organisms are predaceous with beak-like jaws, highly developed head and sensory organ, and very intelligent animal. The closed circulatory system which is present in the cephalopods swim by jet propulsion. The food is lobed and form tentacles and direct developments occur. In this species have no larval development. In second, the class Cephalopoda, we have to know first one is the Nautilus. Nautilus, as I already mentioned, the Nautilus have a chambered shells that aid in maintaining buoyancy. The chambered are filled with gas. In this picture, we have seen the chambers, which are the portion of section like arrangements. The small internal portion called spinnacle, the cord of tissue connected to the visceral mass. In class Cephalopoda means, as we know, it is a head-foot organism. The member of this class include octopus, squid, nautilus, and cuttlefish. Except the nautilus, the member of this group have no shell, external shells. First, we know about Nautilida, the last known extant and non-existent species of family of subclasses of Nautilida, the only living cephalopod with true shells. As we know, it is the only living fossil because they are resemble ants in ammonoid species. Generally, based on the taxonomical character, the subclass 1, the Nautilida, the shells are external, coiled, chambered, more than 10 circumoral appendages without sucker, and 2 pairs of gills and a final bilodes are present. The Nautilus, for example, the Nautilus pompilius, the available in Indian water. These are the Nautilus species which are present in the world waters. The two genus which are present in Nautilus and Alor Nautilus. The umbilical small and 5 to 16 percentage of shell internal diameter which is present. In case of Nautilus genus, it includes Nautilus macrophyllus, Nautilus pompilus, Balaensis, Rapatrus, etc. The umbilical large, the 20 percentage of diameter is present in Alor Nautilus, which include the two species in Alor Nautilus sacropedaculatus and Alor Nautilus perforatus. These are the Nautilus species as I mentioned earlier. The difference between Nautilus and Alor Nautilus are mentioned by following slides. You can see first one is the Nautilus and Alor Nautilus. By the cross section of this species, we can able to see the giant portion of the Nautilus species and Alor Nautilus species. This species is called Nautilus macrophyllus. Second one is Nautilus pompilius. The class Cephalopoda, the second rest of the portion which includes squids and cuttlefish and octopus. First, in this class we mainly focus about squid and cuttlefish varieties. First, we have to know first what is cuttlefish. The cuttlefish have a reduced and internal shell called cuttlefish bone, and squids have a reduced and internal shell called pen. Second, the second class, as I mentioned earlier, second class subclass is a Celida. This is a main contribution of the Indian production regarding cephalopod species. First order, Cephalopoda. The internal shells are calcareous. The eyes are covered with supplementary eyelids, 8 sessile, and 2 tentacular arms contractile and retractile to the pocket. Sucker without stalk and fin lobe posterior free that is not united. These are the sepioids of the world water. The subclass of Celida comes under the order Cephalopoda. The general character is 8 arms and 2 tentacles and retractile to the pockets. The Cepidae, the calcified and cuttlefish are present. In case of Spiralidae, the chambered regions are present in ram horn squids. In case of Cephalopods, the rudimentary chitinous bob-tailed squids are mentioned. The internal cells are absent in Cephalopods, the bob-tailed squids, and Idiocepidae, the pygmy squids. First one is the ram horn squid. This is the image for Spiralidae species of Spirilla. A second one is the bobtail squid, the Cephalopods, the Prima stenodactylum, and bobtail squid. These are the taxonomical character of Cephalopods, Prima stenodactyla. The body is circular and belly-shaped. Fins are semicircular in outer region, and tentacles are very short and round stem. A small species about 35 to 45 millimeter in dorsal mantle length and distribution of Indian waters. The third image is known as the bobtail squids, which are called Cephalopods, Cephalopods kuchi, which is collected in regarding landing center. This is a graphical and photographical images They are collected Cephalopods kochi in male and Cephalopods kochi in female. In such case, bobtail squids are Cephalopods, Cephalopods kochi. It includes that these are the taxonomic key characteristic for Cephalopods kochi. Dorsal mantle length is which is fused head, shell rudimentary and chitinous, and arms with the biserial and basal sucker, tetraserial over distal 20 transverse row heterocotylized with 18 to 20 flush lamellae over distal 2 to 3 of the arms. The club with 8 suckers are transverse row. The fourth image is, as we know, the Idiosepidae, Idiosepius species and the Idiosepius nautilatus. Fifth, first we know the morphological features of the cuttlefish. This is the morphological images of the cuttlefish. This is the ventral view of the cuttlefish. Here we can see the tentacle portion, 8 arms portion, pocket region, fins region, funnel region, etc. Coming under to the cuttlefish, the family, we know the order is Sepidae. The name sepia, the color of the ink released from the body when frightened. They contain cuttlefish which are squid-like but have more rigid body due to their cuttle bone, having ability to change their texture and color more rapidly and widely than squids. These are the different cuttlefish species which is collected from different world region. First one is a puffer flambans cuttlefish. Second one is a pyjama squids, and third one is broad clubbed cuttlefish, and fifth one is Australian giant cuttlefish, and the last one is the common cuttlefish which is around Indian waters. These are the morphological key characteristic that have placed here. This is the first one is the dorsal view and second one is the ventral view. In cuttlefish have elongated tentacle region and tentacular club region. The fins which are around the mantle portion and 8 arms of which are present in the head region. That's why it is called Cephalopods species. This is the taxonomical features of cuttlefish. The main key character of the um, cuttle bones, heterocotylized round, and total tentacular club regions. This is schematic diagrams are shown here. The cuttlefish showing the salient characteristic in it for identification. The first one is cuttle bones, which includes striation, the center region. The posterior region have outer cone, and the top region in cuttle bone have lost loculus. The mid portion of the image is called heterocotylized arm. It's a unique key character for the Cephalopods species, which is mainly for the purpose of reproduction event. And third image is a tentacular club. This is a morphometric measure of cuttlefish. This is a mantle length which is measured from the mantle cavity, the fin length which is measured from the side of the wings cavity, and the spine length which is measured from the posterior bottom of the region, head length which is measured in different region, arm length, tentacle length, and tentacular club length. Cuttlefish of the world, which is include hundreds of species of the genus Sepia, 7 species of genus Sepiella, and spineless cuttlefish, which are also named as the one species of genus Metasepia with diamond-shaped cuttle bones are found in the distribution of the water. These are the Sepidae, which means Metasepia, the diamond-shaped shellfish images. These are the Sepiella, the spineless cuttlefish, which can able to see the posterior portion, which is seen nothing or neither any spine-like portions. First, we have to know the key characteristic of Sepiella inermis. This is a photographical image of Sepiella inermis. This is got from Kanyakumari Landing Center. First one is a key character is the mantle oblong dorsal mantle with more than 7 reddish luminescent patches which is present around the mantle cavity. Second one is a tentacle and a tentacular club long. The club with 12 to 24 suckers and transverse rows and a cuttle bone in oval shaped and with or without spines. Majorly without spines are dominant. The convex in lateral views and outer cone are very thick and brittle. These are the key character I shown and I explained in the images. And next we move to the grammatical and the photographical images which are collected. This is the Sepiella NLPs. We can able to see the eye portion very large and convex. The arms are 8 arms are very sensitive suckers and slanted toward the distal, and the males have one ectocotylized arm. The tentacles have a 2 suckers present and long slender ending with clubs. The pupil W-shaped bright and light color darkness. The iridescent patches which are present around the mantle cavity. Fin pale blue in color used for the swimming and balance. This is the photographical images of Sepiella endermis. We can able to see the different patches in around the mantle cavity. This is spineless of cuttlebone of Sepia species. Next, we move to the cuttlefish of this genus Sepia in Indian water. This is the list of Sepia species that is present in Indian water. Sepia paraonis, Sepia latimana, Sepia aculeata, Sepia brevimena, Sepia dragonia, Sepia boviensis, Sepia elliptica, Sepia arabica, Sepia prashadi, Sepia rastoni, Sepia stylifera, Sepia ramani, Sepia prabhari. In Sepia ramani and Sepia prabhari, which is discovered in a recent year, 20 years back, in this 2 decades before that by our professor Dr. Nidhi Selvan sir and respect to Dr. Venkatramani sir. First one is we have to see in this class we mostly concentrated about the cuttlefish varieties only. So first we started from Sepia paravonis variety. This is the photographical images of Sepia paravonis variety. That is the key characters of Sepia paravonis: the body robust with muscular mantle and fins, head and arms with zebra stripe patterns are present. In atapodalized arm, modified part lies in the middle portion of the arms and 10 to 12 rows of normal size sucker proximally, 6 rows of reduced suckers medially, then the normal size of suckers distally arms of the tips. Suckers of hectacotylized arms in dorsal series are much smaller than those in two ventral series. The club with 8 suckers in transverse rows, 5 or 6 medial suckers are enlarged, 3 or 4 them are greatly enlarged. The males attain the maximum length about 430 millimeter. Next, we move to the Sepia aculeata species. This is the photographical images of the Sepia aculeata. It is a male species of Sepia aculeata. It is easy to identify in each and every landing center. The key characteristics of Sepia aculeata is the mantle is broad. Mantle is broad, ovate in outline. The arm suckers are uniformly arranged in 4 rows. Tentacles are comparatively very large. Tentacular club long, about one third of mantle length, and slender but not much expanded. The club suckers are minute, subequal size, arranged in about 10 to 12 longitudinal series. The maximum size of Sepia aculeata is 230 millimeter. This is a key character for Sepia aculeata as I mentioned earlier. This is a photographical image of Sepia aculeata for male and female species. Next, we move to Sepia brevimana is a photographical images. This is a key character for Sepia brevimana is a mantle broad, ovate, head as long as wide, tentacles slender and moderate in length. Clubs are very short and bear about 8 oblong rows of suckers. Enlarged suckers are present. Maximum size is 95 millimeter. Next, we move to the species of Sepia elliptica. This is a photographical images of a tentacular, atapodalized, and cuttlebones portion. Sepia elliptica, the key character is arms short, stout, and subequal. The cuttlebone broad and thick, typically elliptical in outline. The maximum size of the male is about reported as 129 millimeter. Next, we move to the Sepia prashadi. Sepia prashadi, we can able to see the photographical images similar to the Sepia paraonis. The appearance of just look like, but it is very contrast but comes under the Acantha sepian complex. This is a male and female species of Sepia pravari. In Sepia prabhahari, key character is the body rather slender, elongate, oval in outline, tentacle end in short and broad club. Sucker varies much unequal in size in middle portion of the club, and 3 suckers are third series of much enlarged. The presence of transverse stripes and gives zebra stripe pattern to the animal, which make the species very distinctive. Next, we move to the Sepia trigonia. Sepia trigonia, the key characteristic like a mantle elongate, narrow, tentacles are very slender and long. Suckers of club arranged in 7 or 8 oblique row of which 5 suckers of the third rows are enlarged. It is a small sized cuttlefish with a maximum recorded size of 50 mm. Next, move to the Sepia arabica species. The key characteristic of Sepia arabica is a mantle narrow, elongate, slightly compressed. The dorsal mantle generally brownish with a bluish trans stripe in fresh condition. In arms short, subequal in length and have a attenuated tips which are present in Sepia arabica. The two prominent ear-shaped fleshy lobes which are look like projection present in one other side of the eyes. These are the key characteristic for Sepia arabica. Next, we move to the Sepia latimanus. The key characteristic are arms with longitudinal white bands on the margin. The fin pale with a white trans stripe which is present, club crescent, heteroclized absent. The sulcus of cuttle bones shallow and narrow and striated zone with inverted V-shaped striae. The dorsal mantle with a light brown and yellowish or dark brown blotches are all spots are present in Sepia latimanus. Next, we move to the species of Sepia stylifera. In this species, dorsal mantle with many small bright and brown pink spot or encircled with the bluish green rings are present. The club with the 10 suckers and in transverse rows. The sulculus of cuttle bones with three deep and broad grooves and two ribs between them. Next, we move to the sepia covaensis. The key characteristic of mantle is very oblong, dorsal anterior margin of triangular head with V-shaped and reddish stripes on the dorsal mantle of the eye orbits. The orange stripe, which is extended from posterior and end of the head to the basal portion of the arm 1 to 3rd, and hepatocolized arm 6 to 12 rows of normal suckers, approximately 7 to 10 rows of greatly reduced suckers immediately, then normal size of suckered arm tip. The outer cone limb of the cuttle bone and expanded posteriorly into two short wings. Next, we move to the species of Sepia testoni. In this species, dorsal surface of the head and mantle are fairly uniform bluish black and are faintly striated transversely. Anterior end of the sepia acuminate, the median suckers of testoni being distinctly larger than marginal ones. Next, we move to the species called Sepia ramani. This is discovered by Neil Selvan sir, Dr. Neil Selvan sir in 2001. The dorsal mantle, head, and arms are the dark brown. The transverse zebra stripe patterns are prominent in male and female images. A club long with 15 to 24 suckers on enlarged suckers are sub-equal length. This is a photographical image of Sepia ramani. In this, we can able to see the zebra stripe patterns and prominent in male and female. Hetabolized arms with 14 to 16 transverse row of normal suckers, proximally followed by 7 to 10 row of modified sucker, then rest of the normal tip arm tip. Sucker in two row dorsal series minute, sucker in two ventral series normal in size in the modified portions. This is a Sepia ramani female photographical images. This is a male and female of Sepia ramani. This is called next image of Sepia paramanis. The tentacular club portion we can able to see the Sepia ramani. This is a Sepia paravoni species. Here we can see Sepia ramani. The only species have the high number of suckers which enlarge tentacular clubs. In case of Sepia paravonish, tentacular club is quite enlarged, but 3 to 4 enlarged suckers are present in Sepia paravonis. Next, we move to the another new discovered species called Sepia prabhahari, which is discovered by the respected Dr. Neil Sir and Venkataraman sir in the year of 2002. In this species, dorsal mantle and head of the arms are dark brown with a transverse zebra striped arms also present, the more prominent in male than females. This is a photographical image of Sepia prabhahari. The left one is the male images and the right one is the female images. The hepatocolized is present in the left arms on the left of fourth and 8 transverse row of normal medial suckers, approximately followed by 7 row of modified suckers, then rest of normal to tip. The sucker in 2 rows dorsal series are greatly reduced. The sucker in 2 ventral series are normal in size, modified portion. The inner comb are narrow, anteriorly broad and posteriorly, that are raised in thick around leg and inner cones are white. The left portion is called Sepia paramoni species and right portion is called Sepia prabhahari species. This is a cuttlebone species of Sepia prabhahari, which is the unique species in this complex can able to see the cup-shaped portion in the Sepia prabhahari cuttlebones. This is a Sepia paravonis cuttlebone. In this species, we can unable to see the cup-shaped region in the posterior part of the outer cone region of the cuttlebones in Sepia paravonis. The third portion is image is called Sepia prabhahari. In this species, tentacular club is very short. The fine and minute suckers are which is present in Sepia prabhahari. In case of Sepia paravonis, tentacular club quite large and we can able to see 3 to 4 enlarged medial suckers. It's a photographical image of Sepia prabhahari male, Sepia prabhahari female. It is a images of Sepia epidermis male and female. The paravonis images of male and female. Next, we move to the general identification for sepia regarding to cuttlefish species. In genus of sepia, it classified into 6 complex like in the around the world. In India, generally three complex are majorly dominant like Sensu stricto, Dorto species, and Akatha separate complex. These are the main complex which dominate in India. Here, 6 complex I can going to explain individually. First, we have to see about first complex Sepia sensu stricto. So it's discovered by Linnaeus 1758, the species complex. This is a key character like a sepium broad to elongate with or without spine, outer cone moderately to marked broad, never drawn out to the wings. The inner cone U-shaped, thick, flat posteriorly. The coupler cavity which over posterior striated zone is absent. Secondary extension in case of For example, Sepia paraonis Anberg is discovered. Sepia prabha ramani is discovered by Wilson. A club-shaped unequal in its transverse row arms, suckers, and quadriceps are present in this. This is a photographical images of sensory complex. We can able to see the cuttle bone, the region wise. Next, we move to the next complex is the important complex in Indian marine water. That is the Acanthocyprian complex, which is discovered by Rockenborg in 1884. The species Sepian nearly elliptical, heavily calcified with the spine. Outer cone is very wide, not drawn into the distinct wings, and inner cones distinctly formed and around. The cap-like cavity, Sepia aculeata, the Van Hassels, Sepia probahari, Nielsenser, and Megatramanceps are discovered by Sepia probahari. The club-shaped generally are present in sub-equal region. The arm sucker and quadriceps throughout the arm length. This is a photographical image as the acanthocyprian complex can able to see the cup-shaped region which is present in the posterior part of the each species of cuttle bones which is comes under the sapien complex like acanthocyprian complex. Third one is the rhombocyprian complex which is discovered by Roqueban in 1884. This P complex. These are the key characteristics of this complex. Sapien nearly rhombodal with or without spine, dorsal shield, inner and in species complex 1 or 2 after incompleted calcified the arm 1 or 2 3 slenders and with quadrilateral suckers and enlarged in medial rows. Inner cones are narrow, U-shaped and with narrow, thin bud-like posterior part of the inconspicuous lateral limbs. The outer cones are demarcated by the shallow nodes and smoothly continuous with lateral margins. Next, we move to the cuttle bones of Rhombocephian complex. These are the photographical image. We can able to see the single notch which is present in the Rhombocephian complex in the hinge region of the posterior part of cuttle bones. Next, we move to the fourth complex, known as Anomalocepia. This is discovered by Kromov in 1987. Species complex, the Sepian elongate tetrad species, and those shield thin spines are present and keeled. Outer cone of the thin is reduced. Secondary wings may be formed by subterminal margin. Inner cone as species complex in Rhombocephian. This is the photographical image of Anomalocepia species complex. Next, we move to the Dorotociphian complex, which is recovered by Roquembourg 1984. The Sepian broadly to narrowly lanceolate dorsal shield is very thin, often only calcified in the middle part. The spine present except the Sepia arabica, outer cone of entirely represented by distal wings. The inner cone usually narrow, V-shaped or U-shaped. The posterior part of form rings around the posterior depression in the striated zone. This is the photographical images. We can able to see the striated zones of Dorotociphian complex. Can able to see the there is a inner cone usually narrow V or U-shaped. The posterior form in a ringe around the posterior depression of striated zone. Next, we move to the final species complex on Hemispicius, this is discovered by the Steenstrup 1875. The Sepian wide oval, not elongate, 25 mm in adult, and dorsal shield very thin and usually not calcified. The spines are absent outer cone with wide, not around inner or lateral wings. Inner cone widely U-shaped, very reduced with extremely short limbs also are present. The clump occurs on a subequal in range. Arms occurs with the biserial. The ventral mantle rim with the angular emarginated below funnel deeper than other species. These are images of hemispecies complex. We move to the final portion called today we discussed about different key characteristics and identification of cuttlefish based on the complex, based on the cuttle bones, based on the taxonomical character. Here I am going to wind up my class. I am your Tamil Arasan from DF department. Thank you for taking give opportunity to take class regarding cephalopods species. Thank you one and all.